Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion. This is the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Excuse all of this stuff. I was playing around earlier with the NARS. Ooh, almost dropped something. The NARS High Profile Cheek Palette. Today is September 23rd. I received it today, early access on Sephora. That video is already uploaded. This one, I don't know when it's going to be uploaded, but this video is for an Instagram challenge to do a vampy look. And so of course we start here first with chapstick, which will get wiped off later for me to do a vampy look. I am experimenting with using gel liner as a base, and I have somewhat did this combination of colors before, sort of. I'm going to mostly be using the Natasha Denona Safari palette, and I'm going to use this shade here, which is Fata Morgana, on the outer half of the lid, and I'm going to use Rhino, this shade here, on the inner portion of the lid, and I'm thinking I'm going to use Tamarind, this shade here, as my transition shade. My brain just locked up. But underneath the blue, I'm going to use Stila's Smudge Pot in black, and I've only used gel liner once before as a base, and that video is already done but not edited yet, and those pictures are up on Instagram already. That's the look I did for my Capella University colors, the red and black look I did, which was also for an IG challenge. And so I'm thankful for these challenges because it does take me out of my comfort zone, and it causes me to think of what can I do. And I'm also experimenting more with layering colors and doing different things. And so on top of that blue and that grayish tone from Natasha Denona Safari palette, I may or may not go into her eyeshadow 10 palette and top those shades with this blue here, which is called Blue Space, and this gray here, which is called Graphite. And so I may or may not do that. I'm not really sure. Of course, inner rim is going to be a blue. Black is going to be on the lower lash line. And so I'm going to do my inner rim first. I do have brows done and face from earlier, as I was saying. So I'm going to do my inner rim first in blue. I'm thinking this is almost done. Just to have this done, and hopefully my eyes won't tear. So for those of you who don't know, this is the difference. Inner rim done. You see the difference between how the eyes look? I just love this look. I just love it. And it's hard finding a pencil, or a liner I should say, to use on my rims that don't irritate my eyes. Sometimes I do the top, sometimes I don't, but for the sake of this video, this time I am going to do the top. And not a lot, because so it's a subtle difference. It seems like it fills in like between your eyelashes. Can you tell the difference between this one and that one? Maybe not. But anyway, it is a very subtle thing. It's sort of like there, not there. And so lately I haven't even been doing my upper rim because mascara can sometimes fill in the gaps between your lash line lashes. Underneath my eye, I'm going to do Fenty Flypencil, and because I'm black. And I've been purchasing more, I should say, the NYX retractable gel pencils, because I like retractable pencils, and the NYX ones are smoother than the Fenty Flypencils. And for me, they last just as long, like on my lash line, my lower lash line. And we are going to put a black shadow on top of this later. Another reason I like the retractable eyeliners is because as you wear them down, like one side will get worn down, and then you just twist it up, and then you can turn it to the other side, which isn't worn down. So it seems like one side always has a point, whereas this one is like when you wear it down, like the whole thing is just completely flat. And so it causes me sometimes to do a wider line than I want to, because there's not a sharp edge. And if I do just try to use the edge, it just doesn't work for me. This is a Makeup Forever Professional Wavy Pencil brush, number 210. Do not pull your eyes. And even though I say that, I pull my eyes as I say it. Because otherwise, usually it'll just like move my skin. But I do want to smudge it because it's a better look than not being smudged. But you know what? Since I'm putting shadow over top of it, it may not have made a difference whether I smudged it or not. And so this is what we're starting with. And sometimes when I do this, I do it before the video because I don't want to take up a lot of your time. Myself, I prefer videos, you know, less than 15-20 minutes. And so that's why, as far as watching videos, because then I can watch like 3 or 4 videos in an hour versus like one video that's an hour. I feel like I can see more content in the same amount of time. And so that's why I try to keep mine shorter, because I just think other people like shorter too, but then some people do like long videos. I am like really babbling here and I have not had any Mountain Dew. So like, I don't know why. So we're going to go in with the Fenty eyeshadow primer. When you guys use a gel liner as a base, do you still prime your eyes first? That's a serious question. And I'm thinking priming the eye first would help the gel liner like be easily removed. Let me try that again. In my mind, still priming the eye would make it easier to remove the gel liner later, even though you're going to layer powder shadow on top of it. That's what my mind says to me, but I don't know, because I always prime my eye and I don't usually layer shadow on top of a gel liner. So this whole thing is just new to me, but I'm liking trying something new. Sorry for that clanking. I think I got an eyelash in my eye from when I was smudging. I have a piece of eyeliner in my eye, like a piece flaked off. Hopefully my eye won't tear and it won't mess up my eye makeup before I even start. I'm also going to try and keep a sharp edge this time. Like, I am really experimenting, y'all. Like, I am really trying to alter how I do makeup. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. But then it's like my hand just does whatever it wants to do. What I want to do is I'm going to use this pencil. This is a Scott Barnes number 59. What I want to do is take the liner and do a straight edge. And then blend it over. Do a straight edge and blend it over. That's what my mind is saying to do. We will see what's going to happen. This is the Stila Smudge Pot in black. So we're going to see if I can keep that edge and just blend it inward. Inward? Why do I feel like I'm talking funny? I probably am. That's what us trolls do. So I'm just tapping straight in on the edge. This is a first for me, seriously. What I'm doing right now, I don't think I've ever done before. Are they even? For some reason, this one seems higher this way, but you know what? I'm not going to try to fix it because we are going to put shadow over it too. So we'll see how this look turns out. I have a feeling this is going to be a long video unless I cut a lot of this talking out. And this is all one swipe of the gel liner. I have not gone back in, and I'm holding it open. I should put the cap on it just so it would keep it from drying out more. I don't want to keep this line harsh because I'm concerned with how the shadow is going to blend over it. So I'm trying to do a one of those. This side looks higher up, but I'm not going to mess with it too much because we're going to put shadow over it. I will say this, when I used the MAC Black Track Fluid line, when I did the black and red look, That paint pot dried super quick. Not paint pot, fluid line. It dried super, super quick, where the smudge pot, I guess, was the smudgeable, smudge pot. So it did give me some time to play around. So we're going into the Natasha Denona Safari palette, taking Fata Morgana, Scott Barnes brush number 63, and we're going to coat both sides of the brush. So I'm going to take the pointy side down and place that on this line, and then pat over top of that black. Pointy side down, and I'm going to try and keep that same edge where the liner is, and then just bring it over. And this is why I chose this brush, because it already has the shape that I want to maintain. And then tapping to blend over the edge of that black. I'm going to take, this is the one we just used. I'm going to take a clean one, and we're going to go into Rhino, this middle shade here, which is like a greenish gray. I'm horrible at describing colors. And pointy side down, we're going to start here in the corner and pat over to the blue. Flip it over, pointy side down towards inner corner. We're going to lay it and pat over. And I did coat both sides of the brush, or I thought I did. Well, I must have, because some color's coming off. I'm really chatty today. I went back in. It is something in my eye, and when I close my eye and move my eyeball, I can feel it. It's not a good feeling. It feels like a little pebble in my eye, and it is a speck of eyeshadow. I'm sorry, it is a speck of eyeliner in my eye. So we're just patting just to try to, this is so uncomfortable with that speck in my eye. It is always something with me, y'all, like seriously. But I'm here, and I'm happy to be here doing this look. This is the Esom V27, and we're going to go back into Rhino, that same shade we used for our inner corner, and we're going to just pack some more. Going back in, we're going to pack. And we're also going to, I'm going in again, we're going to take it above this blue over here. Ooh, I'm kind of liking that. Well, from what I can tell looking down. Because when I look up, then I can't see the crease work. Hashtag hooded eye problems. All right, we're going back in. Tapping the top edge of that blue. That's not even showing up. It's showing up in the sense that it's covering the blue, but it's not in the sense that it's diffusing that line, which is what I wanted it to do, but it's not. So I'm going to take another, I'm going to use that same brush that we used for that blue, Fata Morgana, and I'm going straight in this time. And I'm going to sweep that right here. That's not blending well with that liner underneath. But I want to bring this blue up farther. Further or farther? Farther. Further? I know they both mean different things, but as a writer, I should know that. Yeah, so the smudge pot smudges out, color lays over it nicely, layers over it nicely. Is that line going away? I'm trying to get that harsh line to go away. Dipping back into Fata Morgana again. Dipping in again. Okay, this is what I was trying to do. I was trying to get it to come up above the crease. I think I'm going to lay the transition shade and then come back to this one. Going back into Fata Morgana. Trying to diffuse the line, and I can't tell because when I look up I can't see it. Dipping back into Fata Morgana, going back into Rhino, dipping back into Rhino just with the tip of the brush. I really like that black and red look I did, and so when the challenge was to do something vampy, of course I thought of the same thing, and I'm like, okay, I cannot do, well I could, but I'm like, I'm not going to do another black and red. I just did black and red. So then I thought, what if I do a green? But then green is more grungy. So I'm like, oh, maybe a blue and a gray. And then I thought of this palette. So I'm like, okay. And I think it's working. All right, we're going to put that brush down. We're going to take this shade here, Tamarind, with a Sephora 42 brush. It says drawing. And I really like this brush because it's great for me to lay down. Let me start from the outside. To lay down my transition color, and it sweeps straight across. And I went back on Sephora maybe like a couple weeks after I ordered this one, and it was not even showing up anymore as an option. So I'm like, damn. Because if I really like a brush, I tend to buy more than one, and this one works so well for me, especially with a tacky primer. And because I have skin up here that just moves around when I put my transition shade, like this just glides right over. And it allows me to place it like this. And then once the color's placed, then I can do my windshield wiper motions or my circular motions or whatever. So we're just taking this now all the way up for no other reason than we can, because it's almost a skin tone shade, which makes it great for blending. It does show up a little bit. It blends with other colors and shows up like as a mustard. Or it turns a shade kind of grungy, which I like grunge. But I feel like I do want something else for my crease area. And I'm not sure what to use because this shade here is really powdery on me. I could try this one, but I don't know. Let's do it. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. This color is Savannah. And we're gonna put that right here. Yeah, that did something funky on that side. We're gonna go back into Tamarind and we're just gonna lay that down again, because I don't know what happened right here on this side where that inner corner got dark. Going back into Tamarind, we're gonna sweep this up. So we're gonna start at the inner corner and go up. Start in the inner corner and then go up. This is still looking funky to me on this side for some reason. So we're going to take, this is a Fenty 210, and we're going to take Rhino, this one here, that gray shade, and we're going to go straight in. This palette has a lot of kick up. And we're going to put that right here on the line between transition and crease. I don't know if this is vampy. It's looking more grungy than anything. Go back into Fata Morgana, that first shade, that blue. And I'm going to put that here. This is not looking vampy to me. Like in my mind, it was so different. And that's what I was saying. Like in my mind, I envision one thing, but then when I actually do it, it's something else. I am liking the look though. I'm just keeping this on the outer corner, dipping in again. Dipping in again, because to me it looks like it's a space missing here. Like it looks like it's creasing even though I know it's not. It looks like that because I didn't take the gel liner into the crease, and so what I'm seeing is the color differentiation between the blue on top of the liner and the blue that's just on top of the primer. So that's what I'm noticing and that's what I'm seeing. All right, we're going to sweep this some more up here. This one I'm liking. This right here is just looking funky. And I don't know why. I don't know what happened with that. So we're going to take Rhino, that gray shade, and we're going to put that here. We're going to put that brush. Do I have two of these? Please say I do. Yep, I do. Of course, right? And we're going to go in with Fata Morgana, the blue. Didn't I say I was going to put black on over here? We're going to take the brush that had Tamarind on it, and we're just going to sweep that underneath. I did not add any extra shadow on this brush. I see looks where they bring their lower lash line color down farther. I don't know if that looks right on me though. I like to keep it high and tight, but when I see it down lower, like I do really like those looks though. I'm thinking it's too much tan space up here, but I don't want to keep adding more and more, but we are, because that's what we do here. We double down. The brush that had Fata Morgana, we're going to bring that a little higher up, just here. And that's turning grungy because of Tamarind shade. And so that's what I was saying, even though when I put it on, it's like you can't hardly tell it's even there. If you can tell, it's here. But when you put a shadow on top of it, it changes the color of the shadow. So now we got to do the other side because that looks really green. I was doing so good. I was doing so good. And now there's like a line right here. Like, why is that there? See, that's why I need to just stop. This has nothing on it. I'm just seeing if I can wipe that away, which it's not. All right, we're gonna put this palette down. I look like I need to do more blending. This is not vampy to me. It looks so different in my mind. I like the look though. It looks like there's a line right here. I'm gonna take a brush with no shadow on it. This has no shadow on it. All right, we're gonna go into the eyeshadow palette 10, and we're going to take Blue Space, this shade here, and we're going to top that over the blue, and then we're going to take Graphite, which is this shade here, and top that over where the gray shade was on the lid, which means I need 2 more brushes. I'm going to be using the Hourglass number 3 brushes. So I have 2 of those. Didn't know I had 2, did you? Yeah, you know I had 2. So this is the blue from eyeshadow palette 10, and I held it up like you can really see it. And I don't know what I thought this was going to do, make it stand out more, maybe? Because these are shimmers. The Safari palette is all matte, which I don't mind. And the looks I did with it, once I learned how to work it, I really liked it. Got it for half off, so I liked it even more. I'm going to put that down, pick up the clean one. We're going to go in with Graphite, that gray. And we're going to tap that here. It stopped recording. I don't even know where it stopped. Why did it? Oh my Lord. I don't even know where it stopped, y'all. We're going to take this shade here. What are we going to do? This shade here and put on our inner corner. That might be too bright, but we're going to go for it because that's what we do here. When we experiment, we go for it. So we're just going to put that right here. Oh, that looks nice. I'm going to take a little bit on the tip of the brush, put right here. I have no idea when it stopped recording, and I'm just like doing stuff and talking. That has never happened before. We're going to take the brush again that we used for our crease shade Tamarind, and we're just going to blend. Brush earlier for powder to get the sweat off my face. Y'all, I can't believe that it just stopped. It's about to stop again. All right, I'm going to do mascara and then take pictures, I guess, something. But this is the look. Thanks guys for watching. This has been a mess. My lip. I'm gonna cut this off. Sorry for putting my hand like that. I'm gonna cut this off and do my lip. Why does it look? Oh my gosh, you know what, this thing. I'm gonna line my lips with Alien NYX matte lip liner. It says I have like a minute and a half. Why is the recording time going up instead of down? This is so weird. This is Clapback. It says a dark blue or something. Sometimes to me it does look dark blue, and then sometimes to me it looks black. My color perception is off. There she go. And I did the blue since I did the blue for the eye on the outer corner, which turned green with the mustard color. Anyway, thank you for watching. More pictures. You'll see me in the next video.